What's this first look thing that everyone's talking about when it comes to weddings? Should I go that way or the traditional route? Well, in this video, I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about the first look and the actual wedding timeline itself. You spend so much time planning, making that's my hurt. Let's talk a little bit about the wedding timeline now. Traditionally, the bride and groom don't actually see each other on the wedding day until the bride is coming down the aisle. But what I'm seeing become more and more common now is what's called a first look. What is a first look? A first look is basically a staged moment by the photographer where the bride and groom actually see each other before the ceremony. Most often, it's an intimate moment with just the bride and groom, sometimes the parents, and a couple times I've seen it where the bridal party are there. But usually we try to keep it as an intimate moment that's just the two of you. Usually it's the groom standing, maybe facing a certain direction, and the bride will oftentimes come down a set of stairs or walk up behind him, give him a tap on the shoulder, cover his eyes, pinch his butt, whatever. If you decide to go with a first look, get creative with it. Let your personality come through and let it just be a moment for the two of you. Why might you consider a first look? Well, first, it's a more private moment. If you're a little bit intimidated by the idea of the first time you see this person that you're so in love with on your wedding day, in front of the 150, maybe 200, or maybe even 50 guests that are there, this might be an option for you because it's a more intimate moment where you two can spend it with each other and not worry about anybody else. It's also a great photo opportunity. You know, this will open up time in the timeline later to get great photos during that golden light, because oftentimes with the first look, we can get family photos and even bridal party photos in before the ceremony if the timeline allows. So that really helps us open up time. Is it for you though? A lot of photographers you will hear recommend the first look, and I get it. There are a lot of benefits, especially for us photographers. But there are a couple things to consider. Take a look at your timeline. Is your ceremony right before sunset? If that's the case, you might want to have a first look so we can get some photos in beforehand and then get those sunset photos after. Get us some daylight photos, get us, a good variety of looks. But ultimately, what I really want you to go with is what feels right to you. If you're really excited about throwing out the tradition and seeing each other before and letting this creative kind of crazy thing happen before where we can get cool photos, then go that route. But if you're really sold on that traditional moment of just seeing your guests and seeing this person, then go with that. Again, what I really think is most important is that you go with what feels right to you. As always, if you have any questions or need any further advice, feel free to reach out to me.